Welcome everyone to today's webinar. Webinar topic today is Esri's Survey 123. It's taking the survey paperless. My name is Scott Mizsak, Senior Technical Specialist here at ATG, and I will be walking you through this app. So again, Esri has Survey 123. What this allows me to do is to actually go out in the field and collect surveys. It's not surveying, it's not getting back a curb, it's not getting center line of road, but it's getting conditions, or it's generating a report or a survey at that location. The agenda for today, learn how to create a new survey using the Survey 123 desktop app, complement how to populate the survey. So do we want geo points? Do we want to be able to know our location right off the get-go? Do we want to be able to put in text? Do we want to just put in comments in there? Do we want to be able to pick from a multiple selection of options? We're going to publish the survey to be used in a mobile app, and then we'll go online and we'll measure the values of that survey in the analytics. So creating a new survey. First thing first, open up Survey 123 on your desktop and log in. It's self-explanatory. I am logged in right there. Select New Survey, a little hard on that. And then select the XLS design on there. Title of the survey, click Create Survey. So what that is saying is come in, give it a name. Under here, for the design, templates, advanced works out really good. It has a lot of good starting points on there, but there are more for samples, communities, my surveys, my organizations. We'll look at that once I actually jump into the software, but I like advanced right here, and I'm going to go ahead and say create survey. From there, you will get an Excel file. It will open up in Excel, and you will see 4 sheets down at the bottom. The survey sheet, choices sheet, settings sheet, and types. The survey is your list of questions. Choices is a list of selection options. This is where we come in and we say, oh, what is a storm structure? Is it a catch basin? Is it a manhole? Is it a weir? Is it an FES? I have the option to do a list of selections, and I can pick between those 4. Instead of having to type in manhole or catch basin or weir or FES over and over and over again, I can just pick from a list. And that's what the choices sheet will do. Settings is customizing the survey, and then types are your operators. So when we're looking at making customization in this surveying on, hey, let's make this minimum or let's make this true false, your values, your types, or your operators are located on the types. Again, we'll look at those once we get into the software. So on the survey tab, there are 37 columns in here. We have column A is type, B is name, C is label, D is hint, constraint, all these. The first 3 are required. The last 4, or the last 34, are optional. Label, column C, that is what question will be displayed on your mobile app. What question is displayed when you go into the desktop. Column B is the column header in your data set, in your Excel spreadsheet. So struck location versus where is the location of your structure. Where is the location of your structure is column C, but struck loc is column B. Column A is the type, and this is from a predetermined list of what values can be brought in. And we're going to look at that. You're going to see text, you're going to see note, you're going to see select one, select multiple. We're going to have a handful of options there that we'll take a peek at. Just note that the first 3 columns are required. Column 1A is from a predetermined list. Column B is the title, the header of that column when it comes into the reports. And column 3 is the question that will be asked in the survey. And there is a quick example of the options that you have in column A. You have date, time, geotrace, geoshape, date, time, image, begin group, end group. And then there's a handful of more in there. From there, I went through and created 4 standard questions, the date and time, what type of structure it is, the location of the structure, and the condition of the structure. And what I did was, here's my question, date and time, structure type, structure location, structure condition. And then I came in and I gave it the column headers, date, time, struct type, struct location, struct condition. And inside my drop-down list, I chose date, time for the date and time, note, which I actually changed later to be text. GeoPoint actually goes out and uses the GPS in your phone or on your data collector or your rover if you're running a survey equipment, and will pull your location lat long. If in my survey I want to see today's date and time, I can come into column J on the survey sheet and actually type in now, open parentheses, close parentheses, and it will snap in the time on there. So plugging in default for now works out really nice because then it'll actually take the current time on your device. From there, I created those 4 questions, gave them 4 input values of structure type, location, condition. I'm going to go ahead and say publish. Once I publish it, this gives me the ability to see it in the mobile app. Went through, it said publish complete. Perfect. It went through and created all this information. From there, creating selection questions. This is coming back and picking those catch basins. And right now, I had it set up that the structure type was text. So I had to actually type in catch basin or CB or STMH. Well, I want to come in and I want to change that to it be from a list. So if I come in and I switch my type from text to select multiple or select one, and then the name of the column, we'll look at this, it'll actually give me a list. So now right here, I see structure type and I have to type it in. But as soon as I say select multiple and I pick structure, I get structure type, catch basin beehive, 48-inch manhole, 60, 72-inch manhole, or a flared end section. And then I went in and for the condition, I actually put excellent, good, okay, poor, or damaged. And then comments about the structure. And what I did, why it said select multiple and then list name. Well, on the choice sheet tab, so the second one, I had the list name and I had a bunch of structures. I had values in B, and then I had the label, catch basin beehive, 48, 60, 72, and flared end. What it did was it read the list name of structure and it populated all the options. That's why I had those values right there. Now, with it being multiple, I actually do have the ability to select all 6 of those at once. So select multiple should actually be select one, and I've actually changed that in my survey. So select multiple technically should be select one right there, and then at that point select one will only allow me to pick catch basin. And if I say oops, should have been a 72-inch manhole, I click on 72-inch manhole and the catch basin becomes unchecked. Creating questions that will show in the survey based on the answers of another question. So what I've done here is I've created a brand new question, or can't really call it a question, but it's more of a statement on here that says attach a photo. And you will only attach a photo if the struct replace is equal to yes. So I have a question that says, for struct replace, does the structure need to be replaced? And it's select one, it is either yes or no. So if I put in yes, it will actually give me the ability to attach a photo. Now, I'd probably want to attach a photo regardless, but this was a good example that I built Sunday night. So I went in, does it need to be replaced? Yes, attach a picture explaining why it needs to be replaced. Well, maybe there's an 8-inch root going right through the middle of the manhole, and it's caving in. So right now, in my does the structure need to be replaced, the answer is no, and I don't have another question underneath it. But if I switch it to yes, that question or statement comes in and says attach a photo, and now I have the ability to either take a picture with my device, my cell phone, my data collector, or if I already have it preloaded on the hard drive, I can load a file, an image from a file. To make it relevant on this, it's $struck replace, which is the name of column B, and then what is the answer, yes or no. I have tried playing with a select one conditional that said that if the condition is set to poor, attach a photo, and I haven't gotten it to work. Right now, I'm thinking text and yes or no answers are the way to go. I'm still doing a little research on there because I thought there was a way to come in and say select one, select multiple, and have the ability to have another question be brought up from there. Anytime I add information to my survey in the desktop app after I've already published, I need to come in and republish. It does not automatically update. So once I say republish, it's going to push back through everything again and say, yep, you're good to go. But any data that was collected out in the field may be lost. So if I come in and I went out and I collected the condition of the manhole and I set them all to poor, but then I revised my survey to stop asking for the condition, and it's just, does this need to be replaced? So I totally changed the question around. Any of that data about the condition is gone. And now the only thing that's in there is, does it need to be replaced? So no, anytime you republish, anything that was collected in the mobile app may be gone, may be lost. Now that I'm in the field, since I'm inside, I can't really show you the app live. I open up Survey 123 on my phone. I obviously log in, and then I download the storm structure inspection survey. And that's what I have here. And what I have is the ability to say collect. I'm going to go ahead and collect some data, and it populates, hey, date and time. It gives me the date and the time. Structure type, what kind of structure is it? Where am I at? It will automatically find where I'm at when I say collect, as long as I have good GPS. The structure condition, and then after I fill that out and I hit the green check mark down at the bottom, it gives me the ability to say send later, send now, or continue with the survey. If I continue with this survey, it jumps back to slide 2 right here. But if I say send now, it comes back and it says, go out and collect another piece of data, or this is what's been sent. And if I say send later, I actually get collect outbox, so I can actually come back and see what I haven't sent yet up to the cloud, and then what has actually been sent. So I can actually take a peek at this. And this is as simple as it gets in the mobile app. Fill out the questions based off of what was built in the survey. Send it now, send it later. But in the end, everything should get sent. So you should end up with just collect and sent. When I'm inside any of those, I do have the ability to delete out an individual survey. Maybe I accidentally hit collect twice on the same structure. From there, I come in to the mobile app, not the mobile app, the website, Survey 123 for Esri's, and I see the Survey 123 for ArcGIS, my storm structure inspection, and on the overview tab, I see I've collected 2 records. I did a lot of surveying out there. Total participants, just me. First submitted on March 1st, Sunday. Last submitted on, well, technically I submitted one on Monday, so yesterday. But I did a screen cap of it Sunday night. The owner is me. And right now this is currently private, so I'm the only one that can do this. Going into your ArcGIS Online, I have the ability to make this available to my groups, to my organization, or make it public. On the Data tab, you will see a web map with locations of 2 of the structures on here. You will see underneath there, you'll see that it was collected at Sunday at 7:31 p.m. It's a catch basin in great shape. Does it need to be replaced? No. And then the other one was created, well, 3 minutes later or earlier. Catch basin, excellent. Also, no. There's the information from that survey. I have the ability to export out all of this data as a CSV, as an Excel, KML, shapefile, or an actual file geodatabase. All my data from my survey is collected here. I have the ability to export it out from the data export. On the Analyze tab, I can look to see how much data was collected by date and time. We had 2 collected on Sunday, and we had 1 collected Monday. I have a structure type. Of all these surveys, how many were catch basins? Well, all 3 of mine were catch basins, but it would break it down into beehive, 48, 60, 72 inch, or flared end section on here. You have columns, you have bars, so instead of vertical lines, you have horizontal lines for bar. You have pie, obviously a pie chart, and then you have a map. Comes in right through here. Structure condition, same situation. I have excellent, good, breaks everything down. The one catch basin that was shot yesterday was actually in good shape. Structure comments, right now, there's one that says it's a 24 by 24. The word cloud requires at least 20 answers to show. So right now, I only have one that has a comment, so that's why it's not really showing. But I have the word of 24 by 24, and I have one of those. And then finally, does this structure need to be replaced? I have 3 that are set to no. It gives me all the questions that I have, and it will allow me to analyze it date and time. And then all the other ones give me the ability to see it in column, bar, pie, or map format. Let's go ahead and jump into the software. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Survey 123 for the desktop. And here is my storm structure inspection. I'm going to open that up, and what I see is this is what my survey will look like. My date and time is set for Tuesday, March 3rd, and it's 12:19. Here's my structure types, and they are set to select one. So as I pick one, the other one gets deselected. How did this happen? Under the Excel file, I have the survey in here. Label is the question. What is going to be asked in the screen? Date, time, structure label, or date, time, structure type, location, condition, comments, does it need to be replaced, and attach a photo if structure replace equals yes. Why? Let's slide this over just a little bit. There we go. The name, that's just, again, the name of my column when it comes to my data set. Type, date and time, this is the list that I have to choose from. Integer, decimal, range, text. Select one with then the name from the list. Select multiples, name from the list. Note, geopoint, that's what gets me the location of my structure. Geotrace, geoshape, date, time, image, begin group, end group, begin, repeat, end repeat, calculate, username, email, hidden, barcode, start, end, device ID, and audio. Choices. This is where we had the yes, no. Does it need to be replaced? And it said, does the structure need to be replaced? Select 1, yes, no. Select 1 is the modifier. Select 1, list name. Under the list name, I have yes, no. The answer is either yes or it's no. Simple as that. For my structures, I have select 1 and then structure, so it's reading this value in the cell here. Select 1, structure. And under choices, I have structure, so it's going to read everything that says structure, and it's going to come out with the value of catch basin, beehive, 48, 60, 72, or flared end section. I could come in and add more. I could add a weir. I could add 24 by 24 inch catch basins, 24 by 36. I could add as many sizes as I want and go on from there. And that's why here it allows me to pick structure type. Structure 1 condition reads condition. Here is condition, and it's going to read excellent, good, okay, poor, or damaged. Excellent, good, okay, poor, or damaged. Now, in this situation, maybe this survey is taking up a lot of space. So for the structure condition, I don't want to see all 5 in here. I want to actually pick on a list and have it drop down. If I come to the Appearance tab on Survey, if I come to Appearance, should be, oops, there we go, I. And for the condition, I type in minimum. Oops, I'll actually just come in and select. Yes, minimum. Save. It's now going to update my survey. I'll slide this off, and now my structure condition gives me the list to say good or excellent. Instead of having the entire list, I can just say minimum and have it pick from a drop-down list. Now I don't have to keep scrolling through my survey. And if you're running an iPhone or a phone for this, guess what? The more space you have, the longer it takes to scroll through. So by setting minimum, under the Appearance, for select 1 condition, it will turn it into a drop-down list instead of radio buttons. Get rid of that. Save, and it's going to go ahead and update automatically. When I'm done, I'll go ahead and republish. I'm going to close out of my Excel file, not save any changes. Typically, I would say publish here. And I'd go out to my app, collect my data, and then I would go to my website, survey123.arcgis.com, in here, and I see my overall view. I see total records, again, me, the participants. The design allows me to see how I want this built. Collaborate, this is where I can come in and add it to my entire group or organization. Right now, it's just me. My Analyze tab. My data. And this will actually come in, and under the data, it will come through and it'll show me everything that we have. So you can see the 2 catch basins that I shot right by my house. And then come all the way out to Bloomington and see the fake catch basin that I shot right outside my office. It's going to keep track of all that information in there for me. When was it shot, the type, conditions, the analyze. Once it loads, I am in a big steel box right now I am using normal network, but that should populate to bring in that information. What this allows me to do is see the data as it was shot. So as long as the guy's out in the field, say send and not hold on to it, this should populate in a timely manner, probably every 2-3 minutes. It's definitely not instantaneously, but it's going to update. The one thing I didn't show really quick was coming back and creating a new survey. So I'm going to go backwards in time, and I'm going to go ahead and click on New Survey. And here's where we have our templates. The survey template that I used did use the advanced template. There is the basic, which hides a lot of the functionality out of there. Under samples, you see appearances. This sample illustrates different appearance types. Autocomplete, barcode scanners, basic forms, calculate location from choice list, from CSV, location from GeoPoint, just calculations, a bunch of samples on here. Again, template advanced works out really good. Community, hey, there's arrest forms that are located by me. Amarillo sightings, Crop Scout, CSO notifications, there's a bunch that are based off of communities. There is my surveys that I've published, my organizations that I have published, so I could actually start one from another survey that I already dealt with and such. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of that, jump back into the structures, open up the Excel file again. So the survey, again, the questions, the column header, the drop-down pick, you have to pick from one of these drop-downs or you will get an error and you won't be able to publish. Choices allow me to pick from selections, true, false, yes, no. I have one for what is the diameter of the out pipe, how many pipes are coming in. Obviously, it'd be really difficult in the survey to say how many pipes are coming in and what are the sizes of those pipes. I could say pipes coming in 4 and then have a text underneath it that says what are the sizes, and I would just have to manually type in 12, 12, 15, 15 on there, but I wouldn't really have a way to isolate that unless I did how many questions are there. And if there's if the answer is 5, then show 5 answers and then populate it that way. I haven't gotten that to work just yet. The settings tab, make some customization in here, and then I just want to show the types, and this is our integers, our GeoPoint, GeoTrace, shape, date, time. These are basically inputs on what they all do. So when I say minimum, applies to select one, select multiples, barcode fields, as well as repeats. And this helps with how things work. Default values. Today sets the default date to today's date at midnight, whereas now sets the date and the time. Items 1, 2, and 3 uses a comma separated list to set default values for select multiple fields. That tells me that I can come in and say 3 pipes, 4 pipes, 5 pipes, and set values. Here's some operators, formulas, HTML settings, and such. Don't save. Again, I would publish once I added more of my questions in there. If I do publish, any of my stuff could be lost once I republish on those 3 surveys that I did already complete. So in conclusion, create a survey in Survey 123 for the desktop. Type, name, and label are required in those columns. Create questions that allow you to pick from a list. Ability to select one or multiple answers. Minimum to the appearance column allows me to shrink down those selection questions. Create questions that the answer determines additional questions. Populate a survey in Survey 123 mobile app. Review and analyze the data online at Survey 123's website, where I can review, print, export capabilities. Remember to republish the survey if changes have been made. And note, data already collected may be lost if republished. So those 3 surveys could be in jeopardy if I did change those questions. Upcoming webinars, I have March 5th, so 2 days from now. We have designing medians. using corridors in Civil 3D with the Corridor Productivity Pack. March 10th, while it is Dynamo for Revit, the basics are there that you can get some of the programming logistics to use Dynamo in Civil 3D. March 24th is Civil 3D, trick out your template. March 26th is the Sim Manager Suite, cleaning up your template with Template Tracker. The 31st is Bluebeam Review sets, so that's multidiscipline on there. April 9th is the Sim Manager Suite, creating templates effectively. And then April 9th at 2 o'clock is the Sim Project Suite, utilizing the Data Wizard. And then upcoming events is Midwest University. It is 2 weeks away, 2 weeks from tomorrow to be exact. If you're an Autodesk ATG customer, you can get an additional $100 off. Contact your account exec. You can get AIA credits. It is the biggest AEC event in the Midwest. We have over 140 classes, and to get more information, go to midwest-u.com. With that, I'd like to thank everyone for attending. Right now, I don't see any questions. I'll stay online for a little bit. If there are any other questions, feel free to type them in. If not, go ahead and contact us later, and be more than happy to answer those questions for you. So with that, I say thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.